I got what's the name? I got Hulk to level 30 something. And I can get him higher real quick. I just want to update his shit. And I got Thor at a 28. Kamala at like a 15. Black Widow at like a 11. There's achievement if you rank them all up. I think I forgot which one it is. I forgot how hard or how high you gotta rank them up. But there's achievement if you rank them all up. And this game gives you a lot of achievements also. Like my achievements has been somewhat skyrocketing. This is damn sure gonna be my fuck that. The amount of action that's going on at the same time, you don't even think that it would be possible. It's like that shit chugs sometimes, even on the one that.
What's up, bitches?
Welcome to the show. Fanzone.live is going to be our fucking domain name, I guess.
Nah, we changed the fans.
Oh, that's why you're changing it to?
We gotta change that name. It ain't Fanzone. We gotta figure something out.
Well, too bad. You should have said something fucking 20 minutes ago when I said something fucking over and over again.
Set. Bitch, I know you were going that live.
I actually like the name Fanzone, you know.
You like Fanzone?
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no problem. That can help on me. I'll change my shit. I'm not gonna like anything. Hey, boy.
And we fucking up. Got a Facebook page still getting hits.
Yeah, bitches ready?
Yeah, man, this shit's streaming in waiting mode right now.
Alright, so
Alright, let's go. I got hour.
You got an hour.
Yeah, my wife said she's feeling good, so.
So my wife is going to breakfast soon with her family. So let me go. All right. We are starting. Welcome to the Fan Zone. It is September 20th, 2020, and we're gonna start this proper and crap, man. We ain't gonna do this crappy stuff. So I wanna just introduce everybody. My name is Quell. For those who've never watched this, I host the show because nobody else has a computer right now. We'll be fixing that pretty soon, won't we? My co-host is Damien. See this crap? There you go. Damien.
Yo, we keep it real with our audience, yo.
Yeah, we keep it real. Hey, I'm just trying. Look, man. What about people?
Is dead. I'm getting a new computer.
Look, man.
Damien getting his shit.
Damien ain't getting crap, man. So my backup is gonna be my man Magnum. What you been playing, Magnum?
Well, as y'all niggas can hear right now, if you can hear, I'm playing Avengers heavy. Loving that game. Fire. I don't give a fuck what no one say. If you like Destiny, if you like any of those type of games, this is the one for you. Especially if you like Marvel, you're literally an Avenger running around with all of them fighting, using all the moves and all the shit that you know in game form. It's fucking insane. A little glitchy, but not really. Nothing too crazy. Nothing out of the norm.
I heard they had a patch. It was like 1,000 fixes.
Yeah, it's nothing too crazy. Actually, I can't even say that right now. I see a loot box floating in the air. like there's glitches in this game. It's kind of like an Assassin's Creed type of feel it has to it. So you know those games, open world, how they. It's not open world, but the segments in which you fight are pretty open world. So you know, either or, it's a great game, in my opinion. I've been put a lot of hours into it. I got my Iron Man level 60, my Thor right now. I'm ranking them up. These are 28, all that shit. I've been playing Rocket League, Overwatch, the norm, Little Pub, not really. Some real company. I had beat Doom.
I didn't know you got PlayStation. I didn't know you got PlayStation.
I don't. That's when the PS5 come out. Why? Why you say that?
They say Xbox got no games, filing games, so.
You already know, man. We ain't fucking with them dumb niggas. They don't know what they talking about. I was playing Wasteland 3 also. I fuck with that. I mean, just remember to put your game on autosave because when I went back, I lost like fucking 2 hours of progress.
I hate that shit, man.
Yeah, it's just fucking annoying. I had to put my autosave to 5 minutes. Every 5 minutes, my game autosaves now, so I've got to deal with that. But other than that, yeah, I'm pretty sure there's one or two because I do
little games.
But yeah, that's pretty much been it.
Now, how about a proper introduction, Damien? And what have you been playing?
Actually, I actually haven't been reading gaming. Ain't nothing to talk about. A little Destiny hang there. I've been busy as shit.
Real life been getting to you?
No, helping a friend paint, do some painting. Been doing that shit. Yeah, life shit.
Well,
did we play Darksiders this week?
No.
Oh, that was last week you guys did.
Mm-hmm.
So I have been playing, I started playing this little indie title called Undermine. It's a roguelite game. It can be pretty hard. It actually is pretty hard. You usually die before the first, you finish with the first level when you first start it. I've been playing some Final Fantasy VII, not the remake, but the original. Some Fallout 4, a little bit of Wasteland 3, and that's pretty much it. I don't think I've been playing anything else besides that. And what do you guys want to talk about? You guys want to talk about the whole Sony stuff first, or do you guys want to wait for that and just talk about other shit first before we get into the meat and potatoes?
Yeah, I already know. Let it flow. Whatever y'all want to start off with.
Isn't that a big news for this week?
Yeah, that is the big news. We got some pictures of how big the PlayStation 5 is. We got to see more information about the Xbox Series S and the way their backwards compatibility works. There's the Super Mario 3D All-Star BS that just came out. There's some Demon Souls stuff I'll probably talk about a little bit. I think I glossed over it in one of my...
Let's talk with some Nintendo shit to start off with, and fuck it.
So what do you think about the Super Mario 3D All-Star shit?
I mean, is it still like fucking...
It's literally an emulator. Nobody knows what's going on, but it's literally emulator. They're literally running two of them games on emulators at least. Like Mario 64 is definitely on an emulator.
Like I saw, I was watching some Digital Foundries, and now what's this one? There was like they're doing emulation for some of this shit. Like I think they were saying like the sound, the engine actually runs, like the code and shit actually runs on the console, but then they emulate sound and some other and a bunch of other shit. So it's like they're doing two things at once type of shit. So you got emulation in it, and you got like the source code or some shit like that. They were saying like something about like Mario, like you could tell like the aspect ratio is different, like the placement of the character on the screen and shit like that is different, and like the sound. If you hear Mario when he jumps, and I forgot which one of those games. It's not Galaxy though. I think it was a 64 version. The 64 version and the new one, when he jumps, he sounds a tad bit different. Like it's wahoo, it's like a woohoo type of shit. I mean, little shit like that.
They should have at least put some work into the fucking thing, though.
You said what?
I said they should have put some work into it. There's plenty of emulators that do fucking post-processing that make games look a lot better on the PC, and there's no reason they couldn't have got that stuff working on their own emulator.
Is the Dolphin emulator better than this one?
The Dolphin emulator has some pretty interesting stuff, but I've only messed around with it with Monster Hunter for the Wii. I've not messed around with anything else with it.
But yeah, I don't know. You
Yeah,
already
those
know,
two,
man. We're
they don't really put no work into nothing.
let's be honest. None of them do. It's just Microsoft that does because they got the software behind it to just pump it out and make it fucking easy. They don't gotta. They got a dedicated team for that type of shit.
Yeah, but it
So
started
easy
off with
stuff.
interns, man. It was interns that fucking got that shit working.
Yeah, I know. Nintendo. That's what I'm saying. Nintendo and Sony don't really care about that shit.
Well,
They're
they
just
can
trying to
buy
make
any of the
profitable.
dude. There's fucking really good N64 emulators out there, and they don't have to pay that much to get those emulators. Just buy the company. What, like a couple $100,000? You think they won't make that back on all the fucking N64 games? They got plenty of N64 games to port over. Although a lot of those games they don't own the rights to anymore. Like all the rare games. But I don't think Microsoft gives a shit. They'll put those games on there.
And they don't need that for the All-Star shit. They just need the 3 games. I wish there was some other games added to it, to be honest, besides those 3. I understand that they're fucking open world games.
You know what Nintendo gonna do? Then this time next year, they're gonna drop another 3 for the same $60.
Or to add it to
Yeah.
right and say you can put it in the same collection, in the same.
Yeah,
folder.
what I do like if I was Nintendo, I do like a collection of Mario Kart games, starting with the Super Nintendo, and then all the way on to like the N64 and GameCube.
You know that's next, but they already do something like that.
Did they do Double Dash?
Mario.
Did they already do Double Dash?
No, but you already know in all their Mario Kart games, they already have like different versions of each track. Like you get the S and years version of the track.
Yeah.
You'll get the whatever version of the track. I mean, it feels like when you drive in your kart, it feels kind of like the old shit, but with the new mechanics. Like it's lit the way they usually do that in all their games. Even the game on the mobile, you can pick it up. You'll be playing like 3 different versions of the same track, but from SNES, N64, Double Dash, fucking. I forgot the other ones that was after. There was a bunch of maps on, but yeah. Shit, some tracks I haven't even seen because most of those tracks that are in there that they add in also are tracks from the past Double Dash and fucking after it. I ain't play. I think Double Dash was the first one on GameCube, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, that was a co-op game too. I don't think they ever did co-op again.
But yeah, nah, the ones on the Wii's and the Wii U's and the DS's, they got all of them in there. And all the new characters, they do good with that. But they probably would do that also. So if they would, I wouldn't kill them for it because they bring back the old games and then new games every time they come out with the Mario Kart. So, but yeah, this shit. What's the controversy with this? That they fucking like it's a sale and you only get to sell for a limited time or something like that?
Yeah, so the packaging is temporary, even digitally, which is retarded. My guess is they'll sell them for like $25 a piece when they break them up.
Hopefully, Nintendo don't sell nothing for less than $40.
No, they'll sell these for a little bit less. They'll make a little bit extra money when they break them up.
Such bullshit.
Yeah, it was pretty lazy port right there.
Yeah.
Is there anything else Nintendo's fucking doing besides remaking a old game again? Even though I would be getting it. I'm not saying I'm not, because I know I will. Because I really love fucking Mario Galaxy. Mario Galaxy was different to me. Like, that shit was like N64, like fucking Mario 64, like to me.
Ha!
But yeah.
Nintendo has a history of cutting corners. So this guy says this is a $1 billion company that reuses assets across 4 new Super Mario Brother games, and I don't even mind people saving money by reusing assets, but it stuck out because the new for Super Mario feels so generic and bland. This is on VentureBeat. He's calling Nintendo out for being lazy on these ports.
Yeah.
I guess they reversed the camera on Super Mario 64.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
I don't even know. Well, yeah. Alright, so what else Nintendo got?
I don't know, man. What else? Let me look at Switch.
I think thing came out on the Switch this week. That Microsoft game. Ori
and the Will o' Wisp. Yeah.
Oh,
so
that's
yeah.
good.
So I heard, this is a story I heard about the company that did that. So Microsoft owns it. They didn't want to put the game on.
Microsoft owns the IP.
Yeah, they own the IP.
Microsoft owns the IP.
So they didn't want to put the game on the on Game Pass, and so Microsoft made a deal with them that they'd put the game on Game Pass because they are developing the game. They have some rights to the game, and they'd allow them to then eventually port it over to the Switch. That was kind of like the deal they made with them.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they wanted to see how good the game could sell.
So it's going to be on. The game went on Switch. I believe that. At least that's inside information, and take that with like 2 giant handfuls of salt over your shoulder, kind of bullshit. But
I don't got no problem with that. That's shit. They already made their money that they're gonna make. They probably, even with Game Pass, it's still fucking an addition to Game Pass to keep people subscribed. They just want to keep people subscribed pretty much. Like the money that they make on fucking on Ori standalone now is not really the shit that they're really looking for. Yeah, you want to make as much money, but like, have you guys been following David Jaffe?
a little bit.
Yeah, I started listening to him.
I follow him. I see he put up some bullshit on YouTube yesterday about if you can prove that Sony lies, he'll give you some PSN, some shit or some shit.
That dude owes a lot of people a lot of money, bro, because that's a fucking lioness company in gaming.
We'll jump into that right after this. But he was saying some shit about how, like Game Pass, pretty much all they do is they go, and he knows, because he knows the people. That's what he was saying also. He said they go to a company, they offer them like, yeah, we're gonna give you a set amount of money up front, and they'll work out percentages based off of how much the game is played for a certain amount of time, and then they move on from there type of shit. And each company is different depending on the game. Like they'll go to a company like, you get these certain amount of games, but this certain amount of time we'll give you this certain. Literally, what niggas was saying when we was talking about, when I was saying like the 1,500 million that they get every month, like they there's no way they can't get content on the ship making that much money a month. So pretty much that should come into effect, or been in effect. But yeah, you said David Jaffe was saying, because I don't know, he talked his shit, but he was real pro Series X when I was listening to what he was saying. So what did you hear him say?
No, he just put out a
Technically, he's right though, to be honest. He's saying Sony didn't lie about what? About the pre-order? That was a lie. But if you're talking about
not a pre-order. You're talking about
the PS4. What? The pre-order? I mean
about the games being cross-checked.
They didn't lie. They misled, but they ain't lie.
Yeah, that's a close fucking thing right there.
Huh?
That was a close thing right there. I mean, that's pretty close to lying, bro.
Yeah, I know, but it's not a lie. If I fucking say, okay, Spider-Man, this, that, is gonna be on next gen, PS5 only, and then I come back, that's a lie. But if I say I'm all about generations after I see a nigga get clowned on, and I'm like, yeah, I'm all about generations, and you assume that means that I'm gonna keep these games strictly over there, it's a real asshole, and it's very close, like you said, but they didn't technically lie. They heavily assumed something, and then you jumped on it. Oh, we all jumped. I'm not saying you, but I mean like their fan base. You jumped on it thinking Sony. or Sony is the shining armor of the gaming industry for some reason. They believe that, and they were wrong, drastically wrong. But they didn't. They technically didn't lie. Did he say that it's not like these games are not coming on the PS5? Did he say that?
Actually, that's the thing. I don't think no, he didn't say thing. But what he said is that they believe in generations. They're building the games. They're building the games from the ground up for the PS5 to take advantage of all of the PS5's capabilities. And then they went into showing the Spider-Man and then the Horizon and all of that. So it was assumed that these things are just for PS5. So if you want to be technical, then you could say, yeah, it didn't technically lie. But they purposely misled.
Yeah, they purposely misled. That's a fact. It's fucking splitting hairs, to be honest, but it's what a company could do to fucking sit here and say that we didn't say that shit. Even if it's an uproar, they could literally say we didn't lie. You can't say that. You know what I mean? It's the technicality, but you're right, because I forgot about that PS4. It's so funny how niggas forgot, because I was supposed to fucking argue about that shit too. But I forgot in that fucking shit that you said, like, it was built on the ground up. Like,
when they said this was at the PS5 games thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fake technical reveal they had to try to combat Microsoft that everyone knew.
Right.
Because I remember before that shit, wasn't that leaked like right before it or something like that they have like a PS5 demo where they're showing how Spider-Man runs on PS5, like how he's able to swing around better?
No,
wasn't that like a leak before that?
It was a presentation they did to show the SSD with how fast you could swing through the city bosses and using the SSD versus using the traditional old mechanical drives.
Yeah. Yeah, they damn sure. They really misled.
So you're right. Technically he didn't lie, but technically he misled people.
Yeah,
to you see what I'm saying? Because they could have come out and say, well, we are gonna be supporting this thing. But they didn't say that. They came out and say, we are moving on. It's only this week they come out and say, well, we fully moving on, we're gonna support this thing for 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But what I'm
at 3 to
is No, go ahead.
No, just a little quick. And that 3 to 4 years is killing them. Like the fan base, here in 3 to 4 years, that's the one that's like Microsoft said too. But if these niggas said 3 to 4, like, that shit is like.
And now every game has a question mark. Every game has a question, because now it's Ratchet and Clank coming to PS4. Because Ratchet and Clank comes to PS4, then that whole SSD bullshit gone out the door. You see what I'm saying? It's gotta walk PS4. And then the next question is
damn sure coming.
And the next thing is, because they came out and said that the Ratchet and Clank ain't a full game. So now the question is God of War a full game? Or is it just
I think it's DLC
of the original God of War?
I got a feeling it's going to be DLC.
And that's the thing. So the games now are not full game, but they're charging you full price, because the Ratchet and Clank is not a full game. They came out and say it's actually just an expansion of the PS4 game, which was a remake of the PS3.
Yeah.
Sony actually pulling some Nintendo shit, and I believe when the fans realize what's going on, it gonna fucking blow up in their face.
Wait, hold on. You telling me that Ratchet and Clank is the expansion to the PS3 game?
No, there's a PS4 game.
PS4 game.
Yeah, yeah. It's the same. It's the same game, you know. It's the same game with the same
Nah,
walls,
nah, no,
just with
nah,
some
they can't.
additional stuff.
Man, they can't do that on PS4, bro.
Dude,
Nah,
let me
you
tell
didn't see
you,
how quick. Hold on. You didn't see how
Ratchet
quick.
and Clank hasn't been an original game since the PS2.
Nah, I understand all that shit. I understand all that shit, but I'm saying like you don't remember how fast he was switching in between the forget the wow. Okay, keep the wow in there. You don't remember how quick that was when he was fucking switching to the different universe and they was fighting, everything was blowing up. I know he didn't stay there and
Which
actually
is what
fight.
they were pushing and saying is capable because of the SSD.
I know, but
But
that's
then
what I'm saying.
you had a you had a developer came out with a show and said, hey, you know what? That stuff is easy to do. You can do that on any console right now. You know what's gonna happen? On the PS4, he will just take a little longer falling.
Nah,
So I'm saying
man,
on the
he'll have
PS5,
to.
he
That
gonna
whole
only fall for
fucking.
like 2 seconds.
Them whole levels
But on the PS
have to
on the
fucking be
PS4,
loaded.
He
Nah,
gonna be falling.
nah, man, that's not
30 seconds.
that's not gonna work. They'll have to load all. They'll have to load all the connecting worlds into the memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll have to be downgraded a lot because all that shit will have to fit into the fucking. What is it? Got 7.5 gigs of memory available. A little bit more for the Pro. So, yeah, I don't know how much they'd have to cut back. They'd have to cut back a lot, and there'd be a long load time into going into the game.
Yeah. But that's all it's gonna be. It could just be the same game. Minus the ray tracing and a lot of particle effects, but it'll be, you know what it'll be like? It'll be like how they put a Witcher on the Switch. You're missing bushes and you're missing animation and shit. It's just scaling down shit.
I don't know. All the animation and all that stuff can have been done on the PS4. That's not a big deal. It's the transitioning from world to world that would be tricky on the PS4. Yeah, I haven't heard any of that shit, man. So I don't know where you got that information from about that being like DLC. I think that game's not coming to PS4. I figured that Spider-Man should.
What game?
Ratchet and Clank. No, I think God of War might come to the PS4. They've probably been.
Listen, y'all know me. I can bet a game. I willing to bet you Ratchet and Clank comes to the PS4.
I ain't betting that one. I ain't betting that one. So that's you talking to Cool. I ain't betting that one. I'll bet you God of War. I'm damn sure, especially God of War coming out in 2021. If it don't get delayed, then I guess they had 3 years to work on it so that they can make something out of it. They gonna put that on PS4, but Ratchet and Clank, I ain't put my money on that. Cool. You trying to get him Avengers?
No, man, I ain't fucking putting no Avengers on that shit. That shit's gonna be on fucking Game Pass anyways, bro.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is, because it's gonna be on EA Play.
No, y'all not doing that. Y'all getting the game.
Oh.
Y'all getting the game. I don't hear nothing about that. But
There's gonna be a.
Y'all betting on that?
You know when I can get Magnum? When the first set of DLC come out. Then I know that means that they're willing to
that they're serious about the game. If it's not trash,
Boy, it's already not trash.
it's already trash, bro. Whatever, man.
Whatever. You
Give me my land of lakes.
You don't even like fucking.
Got Kroger ads all over my fucking screen, bro.
Hey guys, he's a Nintendo hater. Yeah.
Man, fuck Nintendo. What does that have anything to do with Nintendo, bro? What does that have anything to do with Nintendo?
I brought it up so they can hate you. That's right. Anyway,
no, I mean, who did you hear the fucking that would be coming to PS4 from?
What?
I mean, I've heard any of the games they haven't confirmed. Did you hear that from somebody or read that somewhere? Because I haven't seen it anywhere.
Well, this is my thing, right? I don't say this. They haven't said it because I think they're afraid to say it. I from day one have been saying that Spider-Man coming up.
It made sense.
I can go back and show you my tweets 2 months ago. where I got to on Twitter arguing with some Sony guy, and I said, dude, I think I'm in the PS4. So I had to go back and think that motherfucker disappeared. I think he got rid of his Twitter account. You understand? I'm just saying, when you look at the games, they're not screaming next gen or nothing that can be done. This is my thing, right? Let's look at The Last of Us Part 2. Now that game, beautiful graphically and all that. Show me any of these games that they signed, even the Ratchet & Clank, that seem graphically superior to that.
You see,
you know
about Ratchet.
So in my opinion, until I see that next level, until I see the PlayStation show me shit like what they're showing with Hellblade 2 and what they're showing and what Microsoft trying to accomplish with Valve, I gonna assume all the fucking games coming on PS4.
Well, here's what you would hear from a PlayStation user. Oh, Valve is not fucking. It's not proven. All these games you talk about are not proven, and they are at the distance. But look, honestly, I disagree with your Ratchet and Clank claims because Ratchet and Clank, to me, I said this shit a long time ago. The PS3 version, at the PS3 version, I'm like, this can't get further. Right? This shit already looks, a certain way, and the art style of the game is a certain way. You can't fucking make that photorealistic. You can add more fur and shit like that, and fucking ray tracing the fucking Clank. But other than that, like, you can't really, and particle effects, you can't really go too crazy with that. That's why I said even when they showed that shit, what's the big deal? Like, it was never a big deal to me because it looks like a PS3 game. It's not nothing too crazy in my opinion. The switching of the SSD, switching of the shit, that's what they added that I love. But if you're just going through if it's like a animated cutscene type of shit, it really don't affect your movement. But I wouldn't use that example. I would wait and see if Horizon, how that looks in comparison, and 2, God of War.
But but look at it this way: when they showed the Horizon, I hear people like, "Oh my God, Horizon looks so good," and I'm looking at it like
it looked like current gen.
it don't, you know what I'm saying? It looks better than the first one, but it don't look next gen.
Dude, it looks like something you can easily do on the 1X.
It looks like a sequel, because the sequel gonna always look better than the original. When we gonna start again next gen? Next year, February, when that Resident Evil 8 come out.
Resident Evil is not backwards compat.
No.
I mean, it doesn't play on.
Nope. No, they cancel all the current gen versions of Resident Evil 8.
Okay. But I don't know. I'm not gonna lie to you.
This is why now the rumors out there talking about it's having difficulties running on the PS5 and all these guys. I don't know.
I heard that was debunked though.
Because
it was debunked.
It started up again this week.
The same rumor or different from who's causing the second one?
Like from is the same rumor you're having trouble running, but it's from a different source.
I don't know, man. I saw some shit, but it was like from someone else about somebody. It's like fucking fourth and fifth hand, so I don't know any of that shit.
Huh?
Listen.
We'll get into that, but hey, before we get into any more, I couldn't trace down if this was actually Sony, but someone posted a thing about console features, like the backwards compatibility. So take this with a grain of salt. I tried looking for an official tweet of this, but I couldn't find one.
No, Sony.
Yeah. Backwards compatibility, play back catalogs of PS4 games on your PS5 console, game boost, enjoy faster and smoother frame rates, and select PS4 and PSVR games. So that confirms VR being backwards compatible. Upgrade PS4 games and digital PS5 games.
Wait. They say what you got to do for the VR? is Sony's gonna give you a
Hey.
laptop.
I think you confused me with a woman, dude. You can't interrupt me, bro. I'm talking here. Motherfucking talking here, man. Hey, when the Neanderthal starts talking.
Now we got Sony putting up these banners about white lives matter too.
Why does it have to be white, bro?
Get twisted, you know.
Why can't it be a black lie?
That was a good one, you little bitch. Shut up.
Yeah, don't get your shit twisted. No. I interrupt who I want when I want. Shut the fuck up. That's what I do. I'm a habitual interrupter.
God, man, you got like black privilege or something, man.
Like, no, I'm gonna interrupt your shit again.
All right, man, you go ahead. Let's listen to you.
I'm just messing with you. Go on.
All right.
No. Why the conservative boys? Yeah, I'm not a woman, man.
Not a woman. You can't interrupt me. All right, so let me finish this. So VR is going to be backwards compatible. At least this confirmed. So throw some salt over your shoulder. It may not be real. Upgrade PS4 games to digital PS5 games. What's weird about that statement is it says upgrade PS4 games to digital PS5 games. Like, are they also saying digital PS4 games, or can you upgrade your disc-based games to digital PS5 games? That's interesting. The PS5 console gives game publishers the ability to let players upgrade. Oh, here specifically, upgrade players' disc and digital PS4 games to digital PS5 games. So there is the option to upgrade the disc version to digital on the PS5.
Oh, let's go, Sony. Step your game up. Let's go. Continue.
Yeah, but nobody's going to do that. Who? Like, there's going to be like two companies.
Don't fucking hate. You fucking hate.
I'm not hating. I'm saying Sony ain't going to do that, and so nobody else, but maybe like a few companies will do that kind of stuff. We ain't got a lot of. No, we ain't got a lot of. That's it, man. That's all that's on this fucking little screen grab I grabbed from someone. Posted this on there.
That probably is plausible. I don't know about all of this shit. That sounds like a surprise to me. But everything else, they were already talking about select names coming and shit like that. So that might actually be.
It makes sense for digital to digital, but the fact that you could go disc to digital is interesting. But it would only be digital on your PS5. See, this is what a lot of people are concerned about. But it feels like the PS5 digital content is separate from the digital content on the PS4. Like they're considered separate digital contents. Like they're completely separate DRMs.
Sony's back end is shit.
Episode 3.
Like if you want to side yourself with a fucking company that's proven not to give a fuck about the fucking generation prior, other than the fucking try to get their previous generation to go onto their new console with the little shit they're doing here. Like after that, they don't give a fuck about the console. After the first whatever years that they saying, then all that shit is gonna be updates for the most part. Like little patches to secure the shit. Like they don't give a fuck really. They just try to move on to the next, and they give a fuck about the rest. Like they're not set up for that. They're not built for that. They're not. Like I don't understand why people expect it. I'm surprised they even doing this shit with the fucking disc, if that's true, because that's way out their norm.
She wore yesterday.
But whatever, fuck them.
Anything else about Sony?
Yeah.
What's
y'all take on that whole how the whole shit happened with the pre-orders?
I didn't really care.
What you mean? According to the internet, Sony did that master believe that to stop the bots from buying the game or buying the consoles. But even though that's exactly what happened, because apparently a lot of bots bought a lot of consoles. So if you listen to Review Tech USA, that was a masterful plan.
What? No, I'll just get one later.
Honestly, can I be a million with y'all? Breaking news, I'm getting a PS5 first.
Man, you get the fuck off this guy. I'm gonna kick you off this motherfucking shit.
I was gonna say who's actually surprised because remember Cruel, he doesn't have a PS4. So he gotta try and get up to date on those games.
Hey, this generation I got my PS4 before I got my Xbox One, I'm just saying.
Now, usually, I know I'm usually
Yeah, me
all
too.
in
It came out
both,
first.
Yeah, I know,
sides.
right?
Yeah, I know I'm usually all in both sides, but like Damien said, I ain't hopping the PS4 because they ain't have shit at first. When they had shit, I was already knee deep in playing what I was playing, and I was in trying to go all that shit. But with the backwards compatible shit that he's talking about for the old games, besides Last of Us 2, I don't give a fuck. I play the first one, and all the other shit, like the Demon Souls, I really do love Demon Souls. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I love the way it looks graphically, but
I like it
yeah.
graphically,
So
but
I
in
might
the
just go
did you
with
play
that.
the original game?
I'm
Yeah, I
gonna
could
tell
love
you
what?
this.
That's not
Cool.
what?
Does Demon Souls look like a game that can't come on the Pro?
No,
All right, hold
Demon
on.
Souls will come on PS4.
but
That's coming on the
but
PS4.
it couldn't load like that. But it looks
Stop right there.
physically it looks
When
like
it
a
was
game.
walking, when it was walking through the hallway, and he was in all those. I know that there's fucking global illumination, but I ain't see global illumination do that. Like that shit looked fucking crazy when they was going through. Forget when he first came through and he was cutting shit. That shit looked amazing too. But once he teleported to the whatever realm that shit is in Demon Souls, he killed the nigga. Then he was going down the hallway and he was fighting knights, and there was fucking fire all over the fucking castle wall, and that shit looked insane. I don't see that shit happening on PS.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the
dude.
gameplay loop doesn't look
What
like
you're
it could
gonna
be done.
learn is they're gonna just scale that shit back. Like how they already talking about prices have software ray tracing. They're gonna just scale that shit back, but they're gonna put that shit up.
To be honest, the facts are on your side. I'm just saying I don't see beat with the limited knowledge that I have, I guess, but I don't see that
Well,
happening.
I don't think they'll do it.
Because
For the next 3 to 4 years, all them games will come on PS4 until Sony say ain't coming up. And I don't
No.
think they're gonna do that until they get a user base of about 15, 20, 25 million.
They'll have that in,
Listen, I think-
what, 2.5 years, if that. They'll have
Alright,
15 before the end of next year.
alright, Demon Souls, wasn't there fucking real quick, wasn't there shit that said it was coming at first? They thought it was coming to Xbox.
No, we thought it was coming to PC. It said other consoles.
That's a Sony owned IP.
I know at first.
Even
that's
though
what I'm saying,
another
the
company
rumors
made it.
were- I'm saying, yeah, I was saying there was some rumors and some shit like it was
Oh no,
multi-platform.
because you know why? At the end of it, it said coming to PC and other consoles at a later.
That's what I was saying.
Then they
so,
came back and retracted it. They
But that's
retracted it and said that was an error. And
That's
something,
cool, whatever.
something.
It's coming to
that's,
PC, bro.
that's cool. That's why I'm saying the fact kind of lean towards you because you already know Sony lying, they misleading. So I don't take two shits into what they say right now. To be honest, it's not like Microsoft who's actually proven.
No, you can't say about lying Ryan. Lying Ryan don't lie.
Man, fuck out of here. But since they said that other console could be just the PS4 type of shit, like
Yeah,
I
that's
need to be
like
their
just the
So-
PS4, yeah.
That's why I'm saying, even though I don't agree with you, I don't believe it. The facts point towards your argument. So.
It's like with the whole Final Fantasy 16 thing. Now it's coming out that Final Fantasy 16 it coming to the PC 6 months, and it coming to the Xbox a year after.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. They don't want to say this shit. You're not making a fucking mistake like that and putting it up as coming to PC and other consoles and oh, it's an error. No, it's not an error.
No,
It's worked out. You didn't want it
not
to
for a
switch out.
show, not for a show that was pre-recorded, and it looked like it was pre-recorded a while back. And
Exactly.
you telling me nobody watched that and vetted? Bullshit.
Unless plans change afterwards, like they
Plans
do
didn't
something
change
afterwards.
after. The only
I'm
thing
just
changed
saying that's
after.
a
The only thing
possibility.
changed after is Sony fans making a lot of noise, and Sony don't. You see the difference with Microsoft and Sony. With Microsoft and Sony, the Xbox is a division that Microsoft is trying to grow, but they don't need it. You see what I'm saying?
Like,
They could come out tonight and say, you know what, we shut down the Xbox division and that's it. And Microsoft will still continue to make a profit. It will still continue to print money.
Yeah, but it'd take almost $5 billion in fucking
PlayStation division.
revenue away.
Sony as a company is done. You see what I'm saying? You gotta protect the goose, and that's one of the reasons Sony always let Microsoft spill the beans, see what the backlash is, and then talk after. Because they ain't, listen, right now they know they ain't trying to upset that user. They ain't trying. Because they have to sell it.
Yeah, they got no option. It's not like the Microsoft where they can expand in
That is
multiple different areas.
that's what keeping the lights on. You see what I'm saying? So when Phil comes out and say, hey, you know what? I ain't really trying, outsell nobody and that. Because at the end of the day, yeah, okay, the Xbox is making money, but Microsoft don't need it as a company.
No,
See
that's
what
not
I'm
why
saying?
he said that though. I understand that's the argument right there. That's not what he said.
No,
When
I
he
ain't
said
saying that's why you say. I just saying it's a difference between the two companies. One needs the gaming division, and the other one, it's like, it's something we got to invest some money in. Money that we can afford to lose. It's bringing in a little bit of money, so we can skate with it.
And what's problematic that these fanboys don't see, especially these hardcore games. I don't understand why they're supposed to be the smartest.
But you see,
there.
but think on it this way. Think on it this way, Magnum. And let's stop let's stop thinking as facts. Think on it from a business perspective. How can Jim Ryan go to his board of directors and tell them, listen, we don't have any business advising. We invested $50 to $100 million in these games, but they're not coming on the console that we have out there now that has 110 million sold. You see what I'm saying?
Can't do it.
That worst case scenario, it'll sell 5% on that 5 million copy to at least make back the cost to build a game, to market, and a little bit of profit. He can't do that. They'll send his ass home just like they did Sean Layden. Because that's the difference.
Right.
Sean Layden and them went with that plan that, listen, we dropping the PS4, we moving on to the PS5. And their board of developers say, hey, fudge that. Because at the end of the day, you think they care about us? Me and my cousin were having this conversation, and up to yesterday, and I tell him, he named Nal Thomas. The only way he got a letter from Sony saying Nal Thomas confirmation on his PS5. I said they get that because that's the name and the address to ship your shit to. But other than that, they don't know who the hell we are. all we look like to them is 5 Benjamin Franklin.
All right, guys, we're 48 minutes in, and we haven't talked about the third competitor in this console generation. So how about we move on to the Microsoft news?
There's a third competitor?
Yeah.
Talking about them both right now.
Yeah, who's the third one?
There's Microsoft, man. All we've been talking about is Nintendo and Sony.
What you talking about Sony and Microsoft?
When you want to talk about hardware again? You're talking about hardware again, Microsoft ain't got games.
Let's go. It's like that real shit.
But since you want to talk about hardware, since you love to talk about tech, talk about tech. Go on, talk about tech.
What's your deal, bro? I mean, you sound kind of defensive, bro.
I just say what the rest of the world saying. Xbox ain't got no games.
That's a fact.
No games, man. You ain't playing nothing on your Xbox on this fucking November, bro. There ain't a single game on the Xbox.
You know why?
Because everything's on everything else. Yeah, Xbox ain't got no games. No games.
But honestly,
I know. I'm gonna be playing the medium. I'm gonna be playing Ascend. You can't play them shits on your Xbox One.
Nope.
That's another thing I hate. When you hear these people arguing, they never argue for them. Like even when you listen to when I was listening to shout out to whatever the fuck they call again. With Tony and them, you know what I'm talking about.
The Throwdown?
Yeah, like even when you listen to them, like people don't make that Brett. Oh yeah, that's his name, Brett. Finally came back to me.
Yeah.
Brett doesn't fucking make the argument for the medium and none of that and all those arguments like that.
No, you see what happened. You see what happened. Brett doesn't really play into this. He doesn't really play into it, so he doesn't do any research. Brett just goes on. You know what I'm saying? The surface shit that comes out. So he don't do no research. So he can list the games coming out. And I even sent a thing to Tony and said that what they're doing is a disservice. Not because you're not interested in a game, mean it doesn't exist. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
that
so
was
all
cool.
of them, to them, the medium and Ascendo exists because it's not something they're interested in. But it's still there. It's still an exclusive. And the fact of the matter is, yes, for right now, the Series X will have more next generation exclusives than the PS5. Because Kenna and all of them are coming on the PS4.
That game looks good. Is that fucking game Sony
And
published, or is
and
that time
that's
exclusive or permanent exclusive?
Kenna?
Yeah.
I thought that was Thomas.
Kenna is time exclusive. I think the fact is most of the games coming out from third parties seem to be time exclusive.
They're not being clear on what's timed exclusive. I mean, a lot of them said console launch exclusive. But
Which means time exclusive.
yeah, I know that, but it
you know.
usually means it's usually quick, like 3 months max. You know, it's not usually a long-term exclusive like a year or whatever.
Yeah, you know,
But
Sony's not
you
gonna
know
be
the difference
transparent with
between
it.
Sony. You know the difference between Sony and Microsoft though. When Microsoft go and get a game as a time exclusive, the publisher can come out and say, "Oh no, it's coming to the PlayStation, whether 6 months a year." With Sony, publisher can't say shit.
Like that Destiny deal?
Can't say shit.
Dude, that Destiny deal was
Because
fucking
so-
straight garbage.
You see, no, because you see that's the difference with these guys. Phil and them. Phil has this notion about what happened, dog. What you do?
Hmm?
I come in right back.
He's coming right back.
Yeah.
He's like in the middle of a conversation. He just leaves.
I'm watching Thor over
So-
here try
so,
to challenge Jeff.
For some real news,
Sure.
for some real news is that Digital Foundry got the information on how the Xbox One S, the Xbox Series S, will upgrade Xbox One S games, 360 games, and OG Xbox games. So instead of 4x4, which is what the One X did, it's going to be 2x2 on resolution, but it'll also be able to double frame rate on some games, and of course, games that were CPU bound on the consoles will not be CPU bound anymore. Of course,
Well, wouldn't that be worse if it's not CPU bound? Why the GPU is so good?
well, the GPU is good enough to play the One S games at 2K, but the CPU will be able to muscle through any of the old games that were CPU bound, like they were dropping frames because of the CPU, not because of the GPU.
Okay.
So all the Crisis games, anything on the Cry engine basically had a lot of CPU bound gameplay. All the open world games that drop frames, all those would be fixed. I'm kind of interested to see how. I was playing Fallout 4 and that game keeps on crashing because it overloads the CPU even on my One X. No, the camera's not on.
It's the same thing with Skyrim. When I fucking load up all those 2K grass textures and 2K
Yeah.
fucking trees and
Yeah, it kills it.
fucking different textures. Yeah. It honestly doesn't even kill it, to be honest. 'Cause at first it depends on you gotta find out which.
Well,
time, which
if you
texture.
download some of the cool shit, like there's the war mod, where it actually adds the actual war to the game, where there are giant battles. Like you'll be wandering around and there'll be a giant battle between the forces.
Yeah, I added a bunch of shit from the fucking shit. Especially, I was fucking going through the door mod. Is essential. The ones where you can go through the town without having to wait
Yeah.
for the loading screen. You
Yeah, open
walk
cities. I think it's what it was called.
through. That shit. Fucking. There's a lot of like fucking cost of living mods that are fucking great when it comes to that game. But I don't know. I fuck with that shit.
What game you talking about?
Skyrim. We're talking about the mods of Skyrim and Fallout and how the One S is running.
Backwards
Series S is
compatible.
running One S games at
Yeah.
certain resolutions, 2K.
Yeah,
2x2,
so instead of
4x4.
4x4 on resolution, it's going 2x2 on resolution. And we'll have a lot of CPU bound games. They'll be running at 30 frames or 60 frames. A lot of Xbox One games will just be running at 60 frames instead of 30 frames now as well. So that'll be pretty nice addition.
Let me tell you, I loaded up Gears 3 after me and Damien was talking about it, and Damien was playing. After you left, Damien, I loaded the shit up. Boy, that shit shoots and moves so fucking quick. It was fucking with my shot at first, because I'm so used to the little how slow it used to move. Yeah, 60 frames. I was used to how slow the hammer burst would move to the target and shit like that. Like I was overshooting my targets crazy and all that shit. I was like, damn, they did a good ass job, especially with the resolution boost on top of that. You know. But so all these games are 1S games going to the Series S, so it's not 4K anything. It's just a 1S game.
Yeah, they get 2K resolutions instead of 4K.
I'm not gonna lie, 2K resolutions. Like I used to tell you guys when I used to play Alan Wake 2K
but
on
doesn't
my
it
surface,
upscale?
Oh my god, huh?
But it upscales to 4K, doesn't it?
Yeah, it'll upscale to 4K.
Like
It's got a scaler. It's got a hardware scaler built into it. So the Series S has a hardware scaler, whereas the Series X does not have a hardware scaler because it doesn't need it.
Okay, so it's a 1440 box, right?
Yeah, it's a 1440p box. But I think later on in the generation, it's going to be a 1080p box.
No. I'm getting to a question here, right?
All right.
What's the difference between the Series S and a PS5?
GPU.
Huh?
GPU.
The PS5 isn't a full. The PS5 is not a full 4K machine.
Yeah,
That's why they're talking about.
Yeah, it is.
That's why they're talking about the whole DLS.
They don't have DS
technology, and
they don't. There's
no
no confirmations on it.
Like I say, it's a similar technique they use it to upscale their shit, right?
No,
Because
there's
their games are
there's
not
no
gonna be
confirmation they have machine learning scaling.
Dude,
We assume they do
didn't
because they
Sony
got.
put out- Didn't
No.
Sony put out a patent?
Yeah,
You didn't
but that
even
doesn't mean shit.
Question. Didn't Sony put out a patent saying that they're putting a technique that is similar
Yeah,
to DLSS?
but they have not confirmed that feature is in the PS5.
No. It's a simple yes or no. Didn't Sony put out a patent?
Yes, they have a
They
patent.
put all right. When they showed the Unreal, what do you call that
I'm
shit?
enjoying this, by the way.
The Unreal demo that they claim running on the PS5 that was listed at being 1440. Didn't Epic say that they're using techniques to upscale images into 4K?
Yeah, it wasn't using.
They're using.
No, it wasn't MI.
Lower.
It wasn't using ML. They weren't using
They're not
ML.
using ML. They're not using ML. They're using their own technique.
Which is
But
ML.
they're basically telling you.
DSLL is ML, machine learning. It's a machine learning, right? They're just using their own technique to do it, but it's still machine learning. Like Microsoft has their own name for their own machine learning technology.
Listen. Wait.
All right,
Wait.
what's your guys' argument?
Well, you like to confuse people, right?
I'm not confusing you. I'm just telling you that's the generic term.
Shut up.
Hey, you don't tell me to shut up. I ain't your woman.
What's machine learning? What's machine learning?
Machine learning is exactly that.
In the context that Microsoft is.
In the context that Microsoft, Nvidia, and Sony would be using it.
Of what?
Nah, man. What do I look like? Fucking the guy who designed it?
No. It's not, and because you're assuming. Machine
I'm not
learning,
assuming.
The only place that talk about machine learning is AMD and Microsoft.
And
Because it's supposed to be
Nvidia.
a feature. Wait. It's a feature of RDNA 2, right? Right?
It is a feature of
Yes
DirectX.
or no.
DirectX, bro.
Okay.
That they support.
NVIDIA is not using machine learning.
What do you think DSLL is?
DLS. Shut up. Shut up.
Hey.
NVIDIA is using DLS 2.0.
Which is machine learning.
Wait. No, it's the same thing, but by a different name. Everybody has their own name for the same technique. It's just like 4K. Sony's the only thing that uses 4K. Samsung uses Ultra HD, but it's the same shit. But there's different names. So don't make it seem like machine learning is what NVIDIA is calling it. NVIDIA is calling it DLS 2.0. DLSS. Dynamic Learning Super Sampling, some shit like that.
Yes.
AMD and Microsoft is using machine learning,
Which is just a generic term.
Same thing, but it's a different name. Well, so all I'm saying is, do not associate the name machine learning with NVIDIA and Sony because their architecture does not have machine learning. It has the same technique under a different name.
All right, let me give you an example of what machine learning is. Machine learning is acetaminophen.
That's the problem.
Right?
It's
So DSLL's Tylenol,
This is the
bro.
problem with white boys and how they fucking up the world.
It's not.
They're
Look,
so
man.
lazy. They're so lazy. They like to put everything in one hoop. So what they do is they put blacks, Hispanics, Japs, Latino, everybody in one song.
Hey, man. Asians are part of the white group, man.
Stop being lazy, Quill. Stop being lazy.
Hey, Asians are part of the white group, man. You guys can have like the Eastern Asians, but the white Asians are white, bro. You need to keep them over in my.
If I pull up us. Hey, one at a time. We need the listeners to hear the audio. If I pull up a spec sheet on the PS5, is it anywhere in that spec sheet that the PS5 can do machine learning?
It doesn't say anything. That's what I said. They have a patent.
So don't say it can do it. It doesn't say
I didn't say they could do it, bro.
You're confusing people. You see the real
Magnum. Did you hear this shit? How many times?
That the PS5 could do machine learning. The PS5
Unbelievable, bro.
That they say is
Brian,
very
just mute this motherfucker.
DLSS 2.0. Hey, you mute me, I'ma put my hand through the fucking phone. Alright.
Dude, that's what I told you to start with.
You'll be doing one of them Daniel at night and everybody wanna wear fuck you getting choked. I will actually go to a voodoo man to fucking make sure you can't talk about it. So mess with the Caribbean guy. And you don't know that shit's possible because you from Haiti.
Yeah, I told you to start with when you kept on asking me if there was a patent. I said there's a patent, but there's nowhere that the PlayStation 5 is actually using that technology.
Listen, man, that was podcast gold, man. I wasn't stopping shit. That was podcast gold. I need more of that. But but nah, he's right. If it's like at first, I'm listening to the argument. I'm like, all right, cool, got him. Things switch it up with the deal. I like it. Like, I like it. But he's right. Like, it's different names and shit. But they do have supposedly some whatever technique to try to emulate. But that's a patent.
But Magnum,
it's gonna form.
You know what happened, Magnum? It come right back to your point. This is Sony misleading. I keep telling people Sony is the fucking masters of smoke and mirrors.
No.
They're real magicians. They're magicians. Their console is not a 4K console.
It's a 4K console, dude.
That's why their games is either you do 4K 30 or you do whatever their upscaling thing is, cause it gonna be checkerboard 60. You see what I'm saying? So that's why you can have Ubisoft.
Alright, guys, we need to wrap this shit up.
On the Series X, wait, cool. Assassin's Creed on the Series X can do 4K 60, but you're not hearing that shit for the PlayStation. You know why?
We'll see.
Because the PlayStation is gonna come out and say it's doing some kind of upscaling 60. It's not gonna be native. So now what Sony and Nvidia and them is trying to push and say, well, once you use these techniques, it looks better than native 4K. So you know what they try to tell you? They're gonna create like I got a view. They can create my view that's gonna look better than what I see when I look out my
All right, man. We gotta wrap this
How the
up.
fuck is that possible? How is that possible?
Well, to be honest,
How is
that's
that
what kind of
possible?
Microsoft isn't saying that, but Microsoft, if you think about it, Microsoft is undercutting the S. We kind of got to bring it back
Can you
to
bring my
the
sandals?
topic of the. Hmm? We kind of got to bring it back to the topic of the S, and Microsoft saying what they were saying. But that kind of ties into what you're saying because Microsoft is underselling the S because it does 1440p, which is 2K. Upscaling from 2K is better than upscaling from whatever the fuck they was upscaling on your PlayStation Pro. It's gonna look way better. It's gonna look sharper because it's upscaling from a 2K. Like Kuel was trying to say before y'all went into that diatribe. What Kuel was trying to say is further on in the generation, we'll see if they could uphold that 1440p per game. It probably drops, and they still upres it from whatever resolution it drops to. But the 2K, the 4K upres, that's good. Microsoft should push that more. Like Sony is pushing their 9 teraflop fucking 4K console, native 4K console that's not really going to be native, especially down the line.
It's not gonna be native.
But-
It's not gonna be native 4K.
All right, for real, guys. We gotta wrap this up. I'm going to breakfast with the wife.
Already know.
We're
Give
going
me
to-
some fucking pancakes and some fucking.
I'll eat a pancake for you, bro.
Already know.
So let's wrap this up. Any last words?
You a bitch?
Nah, man.
I'll probably go first. All I'm simply saying is I need all these fanboys and fangirls and shit. Same energy when they realize Sony's fucking lying. Lying Ryan is just
Lying
same
Ryan.
energy. Don't come out for 6 months and hang Microsoft by the balls and say they holding back next gen and this and that. And when Sony do it, come out and say, well, it's the smart thing to do because you got 100 million consoles out there. You know what? If one holding back next gen, then both of them holding back. You see what I'm saying? But as of right now, the only company that we can sit and say without a shadow of a doubt that say, listen, we have games that are coming out within the next year or two that are on next gen console and PC only is Microsoft. Because when you look at State of Decay 3, Series X, PC. When you look at Hellblade 2, Series X, PC. For the new Forza, Series X, PC. They're not being mentioned for the Xbox because they're moving forward. You can't tell me one Sony game that you can say, well, it's only coming to the PS5 without a shadow of a doubt. Not even Ratchet Clank.
That's like last words. You just gave us an entire essay, bro.
Man, you
Keith's
shut
over
the
here
fuck
like,
up. I
congratulations on your 5-page essay. What about you, Magnum? Any last words?
Listen, you know why? I use your thought because you got nothing of importance.
Oh, all right, all right. All right, Magnum. Any last words?
You already know.
Go do a fucking Daniel at night now.
I
You don't
will.
want nobody else to shit.
I might do one. I'm gonna talk shit about you on it too.
I know you're gonna fucking and stop running down the goddamn raccoons. I'm gonna get a goddamn lawyer for your ass. Stop fucking running down the raccoons, man. What happened to your
Yo, you got call
raccoons need to
Peter.
live? You want somebody come and run you down?
All right, let Magnum fucking talk, bro.
Oh, Mario, back in the
Huh?
day, but nah, fucking, I mean, games. Probably thought the fanboyism. I do want a quick side note, Emilio. I'm wondering, like, I'm hoping next year when you see the lineup, you're able to switch because I hear your arguments out the podcast, and you were saying that Game Pass, you got a first-person shooter type of guy, and all this other shit, and that's what it is in Game Pass. You gotta open up your mind, bro. There's a lot of shit in Game Pass. I really think you need to look at it. Hopefully, you could open up more. Other than that, yeah.
Who you talking to me?
No, just in
No,
general, to the
Emilio.
listeners, to the
Emilio.
listeners.
Oh, I was gonna say, you listen. You know me. I listen. I'm on Game Pass all day, every day.
All right. Let me get 2 words in.
Hardcore Xbox guy, and I'm probably gonna get PS5 first, to be honest. But
All right.
open up your mind.
All right, I gotta leave pretty
So
soon, man. I got some words. I got some words to speak. I want to thank all of our listeners. I want to thank the co-hosts, Damien and Magnum, for showing up and being gentlemen. All right, for Magnum and Damien. Well, you can't put your name first. You're D and then O, man.
I'm Magnum, bitch.
Whatever.
Magnum, Damien, and Corey.
All right, I want to thank everybody for making it to the show, and appreciate it to our what I think we had like max 4 viewers. That's like the most we've had in like years. Now that we're on Twitch,